Hey, it's Adrian, and today I'm taking a look at this Dukharo VN96 DIY or bare bones keyboard kit. So I was sent this keyboard kit along with some keycaps from WhatGeek, so thank you WhatGeek for sending this out to me. I also got these with the Feker double shot PBT keycaps, and these are the Feker Shoko style, and you can see it's a really beautiful color combination. I'm going to be pairing the keyboard with these Gateron Pro yellow linear switches, so let's get started. First, a quick word from today's sponsor. Are you embarrassed by the way your wallet looks anytime you have to take it out to pay? My new Extra wallet allows me to carry everything that I was able to carry in my old wallet while being slimmer and doing it in style. The modular design allows you to slim down to the essentials or scale up as your needs change. You also have quick access to all your cards with a simple click. An optional solar tracker can be added to your wallet so you can find it in the app. This carbon fiber wallet, which uses space grade carbon fiber and features an aluminum backplate which expands to let you hold a total of 15 cards and cash. For a traditional look, check out this Parliament wallet, which is in milled beige and features environmentally friendly leather with additional pockets, a cash trap to fit all of your cards. His Senate wallet in juniper green also features environmentally friendly leather, and it's my favorite wallet because I can just go to the essentials whenever I need to. Extra wallets feature an RFID pocket for your cards to protect against wireless theft. If you're interested in trying any of these extra wallets, links will be in the description down below, and use my code DCT for an extra discount. In the box we have the DIY keyboard, USB Type-C cable, wireless dongle, and keycap puller. The keycaps are the Shoko style. There's 226 of them, and they are CSA profile, and they are PBT double shot keycaps. Alright, right off the bat, this thing feels really solid and high quality. So in terms of weight, comes in at around 10,070 grams, and that's about 2.3 pounds. So you can see, this is definitely not a light keyboard, but as well, it's not going to be a keyboard that's going to be shifting around a lot. Taking a look at the back, so you can see we have these feet that only adjust, in one increment anyway, and the wireless dongle is housed really nicely and compactly in there. The sides of the keyboard have nothing on them. Same with the front of it, and the back of it is where you'd find the Type-C charging port or connector port, and then we also have a switch here which turns on the RGB. There's also some indicator lights here to let you know whether you have caps lock on, you're in Bluetooth mode, or charging. The knob is a good size. I don't find it too large. I prefer that it's a bit larger than smaller personally, and you can see that when I rotate it, they're kind of hard stops, so it's not a smooth fluid motion, so you may like that or not. I'm not sure how well that picked up on the microphone, but it's not very loud at all. Layout wise, you could see compared to this full-size Logitech keyboard, this 96% layout still manages to keep a numpad, which is usually a make or break for me, and it stays really compact. Specs wise, this keyboard comes with sound absorbing foam gaskets and a silicone pad. It is hot swappable, and there is a programmable RGB array. Connections can be by Bluetooth, USB Type-C, and 2.4 GHz wireless. There is a built-in 6000 mAh battery, control knob, south-facing LEDs, support for 3-pin and 5-pin switches, and full key anti-ghosting. Alright, to start, I'm going to add in the switches, then I'm going to add the keycaps and just do a typing test just to see what the sound sounds like. So the switches that I'm going to be using are these Gateron Pro yellow linear switches. Okay, I've installed all of these switches, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug the keyboard into my computer, load up the VS site just to test and make sure there's connections to each of these switches before I add the keycaps. Alright, so here is the fully assembled keyboard, and I think it looks so sharp with this type of color scheme. So you have the white with the baby blue lettering here, and then that's flanked by these type of turquoise with white accents or white lettering, and that looks just so sharp and just minty fresh, if I can describe it that way. Here's a quick sound test of what it sounds like, and again, I've done nothing except add on the switches and the keycaps. So you can see that there's no type of discernible wobble. It's pretty even, so the stabilizers are doing a pretty good job. So I think you could definitely use this, in a work, school environment, office environment, because it's not very loud with the type of switches on here. So I've been using the Logitech MX mechanical keyboard since it came out, and I am a huge fan of this keyboard, especially since, it's a full layout keyboard. And I can easily say that I prefer the typing experience on here, hands down. And part of that is because with this keyboard, you could see that the keycaps, they are the low profile keycaps, and they do have that type of indentation or, slope in the middle, which isn't a bad thing. I like it, and it's been great. But I can definitely tell a difference in just quality and how planted the typing experience feels. So you can see as I kind of rotate my finger on these letters, you can see there's a little bit of play right to left. So the keys aren't, fully situated in here. And same with the space bar, the stabilizers are doing a pretty good job here, but I can kind of place pressure on one side here and I see it kind of rocking. Also, this is a little bit louder. With this keyboard, when I put my fingers on the edges and I try to apply some pressure, there is some wobble, but the thing is when I'm typing, I'm not feeling that wobble at all, and it just feels like a way more planted and stable typing experience. So you can hear the sound also, this is manageable. You can use this in a library, office, school environment, and I don't think you're going to be bothering anyone with this. There's not really any type of, loud features on here, especially with the switches that I picked. And you can see that these keys kind of slope up. So they start kind of low here and then they slope up. Now, that's not something I'm used to. Like most of the keyboards that I type on, it's kind of flat, or has a really slight depression. But with this, they do slope up. Now, that's not a bad thing. When I'm typing, it's not affecting my accuracy. It just feels a little bit different with my fingertips. To check battery life, you can hold down Function and B, and you can see this top row here, the green light ends at around 9, so we're at around 90% battery life. If you want to change the LED, you can do it without the software actually, so you can hold down Function, backspace to cut it, or you could just turn it back on. Now you can also change the direction, so you can see if I hit D here, depending on the mode, it changes the RGB direction. Now, Function and down decreases the RGB brightness, up increases it, and then you can also slow down or speed up. So pretty easy. Now, you can also change the LED effect by Function L. And then you could change the LED color with Function C. So pretty simple system to use. You have these different layers here, and I assume these are just a different name for presets. And you also can save configurations here. But that's just, and there's key sensitivity. But let's go into lighting. And I'm pretty impressed with the lighting options here. It's a ton of lighting options. So I'll just go through a couple of them. So you can see you have the always on, and my room is very brightly lit. It's quite illuminated, and these LEDs, these RGBs lights are really coming through strong, even though it's very white and bright in here. So you have the always on, which is very basic. You also have this type of dynamic breathing, and you also have, let's go back to always on, because you can go ahead and set whatever color you like, if you have a specific color preference. But I do believe that this was the default. It was drift, and you can see, you could just slide with your mouse and really speed that up or slow it down if you like something, much softer. And you also have options to add macros. Now that's not something I'm probably going to use. And you also have the option here for the FN layer, and then you can custom map whatever you would like. So I've taken everything apart just to see what's going on underneath. So after you remove this top cover here, there's this steel plate that you find right after, and it has a good amount of weight to it. There's also this pretty thick silicone pad here. There's the board, and then under the board we have another really thick silicone pad. Hopefully that's showing up on camera. And then finally we have the two battery packs. So if you're looking for your first mechanical keyboard, this is a good place to start. You know, the overall build quality is excellent. It feels really hefty. It's not going to go anywhere. You know, it's pretty planted when you're typing, and the typing experience is great as well. It's not too loud, you know, depending on the switches you go with, but it's just a nice looking keyboard. It looks very high quality. It's an excellent color combination. You also have a ton of customizability. You can use the software, or if you don't want to use the software, you can just access, you know, quick settings directly from the keyboard. So you can see you can adjust lighting, brightness, speed. You also have keyboard shortcuts to use on Mac or Windows. So overall, I think this is an excellent keyboard. Again, I got the do-it-yourself version. I just bought some switches, put that in, and then I used the included keycaps again, which look super sharp, really nice font style. But you know, I didn't run into any issues. It was a really straightforward process. It sounds great straight out of the box, you know, without any type of changes to the internals or anything like that. If you're interested in trying out the Dukharo VN96 or any of the keycaps or switches, I'm going to leave a promo code down below where you can get 10% off. Alright guys, well, let me know what you think about this keyboard in terms of how it looks and how it sounds. You know, I am kind of getting into mechanical keyboards after using membrane keyboards for a really long time. So any type of tips or tricks are very appreciated. And as always, if you found my video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. It really does help me out a lot. And I'll see you in the next one. Adrian out.